400%. That number sounds impossible. Nobody increases their lung capacity by 400%. Lung capacity is genetic. Lung capacity is fixed. That's what medical textbooks said. Jack LaLanne proved them wrong. He took average lungs and transformed them into an extraordinary respiratory system. At age 90, his lung function tests showed capacity exceeding most healthy 50-year-olds. Doctors couldn't explain it. They measured it multiple times. The numbers didn't lie. This wasn't an accident. This wasn't genetics. This was trained. Jack LaLanne developed a systematic breathing protocol that he practiced every single day for over 70 years. He treated his lungs like muscles. He trained them like muscles. And they responded like muscles. Today I'm going to teach you exactly what he did, the specific techniques, the exact timing, the progression from beginner to advanced. Everything you need to transform your respiratory capacity. This protocol changed Jack's life. It can change yours. If you're serious about your health and longevity, take a moment to subscribe and hit the notification bell. This channel is dedicated to bringing you the complete truth about Jack LaLanne's methods, and the breathing protocol we're covering today is one of his most powerful secrets. Why lung capacity determines everything. Before we get into the techniques, you need to understand why this matters. Lung capacity isn't just about breathing, it's about everything. Your lungs deliver oxygen to every cell in your body, every organ, every tissue, every muscle. The amount of oxygen you can take in with each breath determines how efficiently your entire body functions. Higher lung capacity means more oxygen per breath. More oxygen means better cellular function. Better cellular function means more energy. More energy means better performance in everything you do. Better thinking, better moving, better recovery, better aging. Research shows that lung capacity is one of the strongest predictors of longevity. People with higher lung capacity live longer, period. This isn't correlation, this is causation. When your cells get more oxygen, they function better and longer. Jack understood this intuitively decades before the research confirmed it. He said, "Breath is life. The quality of your breath determines the quality of your life." He wasn't speaking metaphorically, he meant it literally. Think about what limits you during exercise. It's rarely your muscles that give out first. It's your breathing, you're gasping, you can't get enough air. Your lungs become the bottleneck that limits everything else. Now imagine if that bottleneck was 400% wider. Imagine having respiratory capacity so large that breathing never limits you. That's what Jack built. And that's what you can build too. The science of respiratory adaptation. Your lungs can be trained. This is the key insight most people miss. The respiratory system has multiple components that adapt to training. The diaphragm is a muscle. It gets stronger with training. The intercostal muscles between your ribs are muscles. They get stronger. The lung tissue itself becomes more efficient at gas exchange with consistent training. When you practice breath retention, your body learns to tolerate higher carbon dioxide levels. This is important because carbon dioxide tolerance determines when you feel the urge to breathe. Higher tolerance means longer breath holds. Longer breath holds mean deeper training stimulus. Your red blood cells adapt too. Consistent breath training increases hemoglobin efficiency. Your blood becomes better at carrying oxygen, more oxygen delivered per heartbeat. This is the same adaptation that altitude training produces, but you can achieve it at sea level. The alveoli in your lungs, those tiny air sacs where gas exchange happens, become more efficient. The surface area effectively increases. More oxygen crosses into your bloodstream with each breath. Jack didn't know all this science, but he experienced the results. He could hold his breath for over 3 minutes while swimming. He could perform intense exercise without gasping. He could recover from exertion faster than men half his age. The 400% increase wasn't measured in a single parameter. It was the combined effect of all these adaptations. Stronger breathing muscles, higher carbon dioxide tolerance, better oxygen delivery, more efficient gas exchange. Together, these created respiratory capacity that seemed impossible. Jack's morning breathing ritual, exact sequence. Every morning, before anything else, Jack practiced his breathing protocol. This wasn't optional. This was as essential as eating breakfast. He did this for over 70 years without missing a day. The morning session lasted 15 to 20 minutes. He performed it immediately upon waking, before getting out of bed. The sequence was specific. The timing was precise. Phase 1. Awakening breaths. Still lying in bed, Jack took 10 slow, deep breaths. Each inhale lasted 5 seconds. Each exhale lasted 7 seconds. This ratio, shorter inhale and longer exhale, activates the parasympathetic nervous system. It tells your body the day begins with calm, not stress. 10 breaths, 1 minute total. Phase 2. Diaphragmatic activation. Jack placed one hand on his chest and one on his belly. For the next 20 breaths, only the belly hand should move. Chest stays still. This ensures the diaphragm is doing the work. Most people breathe shallowly into their chest. Jack trained belly breathing until it became automatic. 20 breaths at 4 seconds in, 4 seconds out, about 3 minutes. Phase 3. Expansion breathing. Now sitting upright at the edge of the bed, Jack expanded his ribcage laterally. Breathe into the sides of your torso, not just front to back. Imagine your ribs are an accordion expanding sideways. This engages the intercostal muscles. 15 breaths with focus on lateral expansion, about 2 minutes. Phase 4. Breath retention practice. This is where the magic happens. Inhale fully, hold. Jack started with 30-second holds and eventually worked up to 2 minutes or longer. During the hold, stay relaxed. No straining, no tension, just calm stillness with full lungs. 3 breath holds with recovery breaths between. This phase takes 5 to 8 minutes depending on hold duration. Phase 5. Power breathing. Standing now, Jack performed 20 rapid breaths. Quick inhale, quick exhale. This hyperventilates slightly, flooding the system with oxygen. Then one final deep inhale, hold for as long as comfortable, and slow controlled exhale. This creates the training stimulus. 2 rounds of power breathing, about 3 minutes. That's the morning ritual, 15 to 20 minutes total. Simple, but transformative when practiced daily for decades. Before we continue deeper into the advanced techniques, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below telling me your current breath hold time. Just try it right now. Take a deep breath, hold it, and time how long until you need to breathe. Write that number in the comments. We'll revisit this at the end of the video. Diaphragmatic breathing mastery. The diaphragm is the foundation of all proper breathing. If you don't master diaphragmatic breathing, nothing else works correctly. The diaphragm is a dome-shaped muscle that sits at the base of your lungs. When it contracts, it flattens and pulls downward. This creates negative pressure in your chest cavity. Air rushes in to fill the vacuum. When it relaxes, it rises back up, pushing air out. Most adults have forgotten how to use their diaphragm properly. Watch a baby breathe. Their belly rises and falls. That's diaphragmatic breathing. It's natural. It's how we're designed to breathe. But stress, tight clothing, poor posture, and sedentary lifestyles train us out of it. We start breathing into our chest. Shallow, rapid, inefficient breaths. This becomes our default. Jack's first instruction to anyone asking about breathing was simple: breathe with your belly. He demonstrated by placing his hand on his abdomen and making it rise with each inhale. The chest stays relatively still. All the movement is in the belly. Here's how to practice. Lie on your back with your knees bent. Place a book on your belly. Your job is to make the book rise when you inhale and fall when you exhale. Your chest should barely move. Practice this for 5 minutes daily until it becomes automatic. The test for mastery. You should be able to take 10 consecutive breaths where only your belly moves, with no chest movement whatsoever. This takes most people 2 to 4 weeks of daily practice. Once you master belly breathing lying down, practice sitting, then standing, then walking, then during exercise. The goal is making diaphragmatic breathing your default automatic pattern. Jack breathed this way constantly, even during conversation, even while relaxing. His default breathing pattern was deep diaphragmatic breaths. This alone improves oxygen intake significantly. Box breathing for nervous system control. Box breathing is a technique used by Navy SEALs, elite athletes, and peak performers worldwide. Jack practiced a version of it decades before it became popular. The technique is simple. Inhale for a count of 4, hold for a count of 4, exhale for a count of 4, hold empty for a count of 4, then repeat. 4 equal sides, like a box. This pattern does something powerful to your nervous system. It balances the sympathetic and parasympathetic systems. It reduces stress hormones. It increases mental clarity. It creates a state of calm alertness. Jack modified this technique based on his capacity. As his lung function improved, he extended the counts. 4 became 6, 6 became 8, 8 became 10. At his peak, he practiced 12-count box breathing, 12 seconds inhale, 12 seconds hold, 12 seconds exhale, 12 seconds hold empty. One complete cycle taking 48 seconds. Start with 4-count box breathing. Practice for 5 minutes. As this becomes easy, add 1 second to each phase. Progress slowly. There's no rush. This is a lifetime practice. The hold at the bottom, with empty lungs, is the challenging part for most people. This is where panic wants to set in. Your brain screams for air. But you're fine. You have plenty of oxygen in your blood. You're just training tolerance. Jack said the empty hold was the most important part. That's where the growth happens, he explained. When you're comfortable being uncomfortable, you've grown. Practice box breathing twice daily, morning and evening, 5 minutes each session. Within 30 days, you'll notice significant improvement in stress tolerance and breathing efficiency. Breath retention, the 400% secret. This is the technique that produced the 400% increase. Breath retention training, holding your breath deliberately and progressively. The principle is simple. When you hold your breath, carbon dioxide builds up in your blood. Your body interprets this as a signal that oxygen is running low. It triggers adaptations. Red blood cell production increases. Oxygen carrying efficiency improves. Carbon dioxide tolerance expands. Regular breath retention practice creates profound physiological changes, the same changes that altitude training produces, the same changes that elite endurance athletes seek. Jack practiced breath retention daily. His protocol evolved over decades, but the basic structure remained consistent. Relaxed holds. After a normal exhale, hold your breath with partially empty lungs. No straining, just relaxed stillness. Hold until you feel the first urge to breathe, then breathe normally. Rest 30 seconds. Repeat 5 times. This trains carbon dioxide tolerance gently. Maximum holds. After a full deep inhale, hold your breath as long as possible. Not until you're gasping and desperate, but until holding requires real effort. Jack called this comfortable maximum. He'd hold for 90 seconds, 2 minutes, sometimes longer. 1 maximum hold per session, followed by recovery breathing. Dynamic holds, hold your breath while moving. Jack would swim underwater with held breath. He'd walk while holding his breath. He'd perform exercises while holding. This trains your body to tolerate oxygen debt during physical activity. The progression matters. Don't start with maximum holds. Start with relaxed holds. Build tolerance gradually. Add 5 seconds to your hold time each week. In 6 months, you'll double your capacity. In 2 years, you might triple or quadruple it. Jack warned against forcing progress too fast. Your body adapts on its own schedule, he said. Push too hard and you get nowhere. Push consistently and you get everywhere. If you're finding this protocol valuable, please share this video with someone who needs it. Breathing is fundamental to health, and most people have never been taught how to breathe properly. Sharing helps this information reach more people who can benefit from it. Swimming and exercise breath integration. Jack LaLanne was famous for his swimming feats. He swam handcuffed, he swam while towing boats, he swam for miles in open water. What made this possible? His breathing. Swimming demands respiratory efficiency like no other exercise. You can't breathe whenever you want. You breathe when your face is out of the water. This forced rhythm trains breath control automatically. Jack used swimming as his primary breath training environment. He'd swim laps while limiting his breaths. 1 breath every 4 strokes, then every 6 strokes, then every 8. This extended his breath hold capacity while simultaneously getting cardiovascular exercise. He practiced hypoxic sets, swim 1 lap, take 3 breaths, swim another lap. The limited oxygen forced adaptation. His body learned to function efficiently with less air. For those without pool access, Jack recommended breath-coordinated walking. Walk for a count of 4 while inhaling. Walk for a count of 4 while exhaling, then extend. Inhale for 6 steps, exhale for 6 steps. Eventually, you're breathing very slowly while walking briskly. During strength training, Jack coordinated breath with movement. Exhale on exertion. Inhale on the easier phase. Never hold breath during strain, which raises blood pressure dangerously. Keep breathing flowing throughout exercise. Running and cycling benefit from rhythmic breathing. Inhale for 3 foot strikes, exhale for 2. This pattern prevents side stitches and optimizes oxygen delivery. Jack taught this to countless athletes who visited his gym. The key principle: integrate breath awareness into all physical activity. Don't just exercise and breathe randomly. Exercise with deliberate, coordinated breathing. This amplifies every workout's benefit. The 30-day Breathing Transformation Protocol. Here's the exact 30-day protocol to begin transforming your respiratory capacity. Follow this precisely. Week 1, Foundation. Focus entirely on diaphragmatic breathing. Practice the lying down belly breathing exercise for 10 minutes, twice daily. Morning and evening. Don't add anything else yet. Just master belly breathing. By the end of week 1, you should achieve 10 consecutive breaths with only belly movement. Week 2, Box Breathing Introduction. Continue belly breathing practice for 5 minutes, twice daily. Add 5 minutes of 4-count box breathing after each belly breathing session. You're now practicing 20 minutes of breathwork daily. Track your hold times. Note how you feel. Week 3, breath retention begins. Reduce belly breathing to 3 minutes as warm-up. Continue 5 minutes of box breathing. Add breath retention practice. Start with relaxed holds. Exhale normally, hold empty for as long as comfortable, breathe normally, rest 30 seconds, repeat 5 times. Then add 1 maximum hold. Inhale fully, hold as long as possible without strain. Exhale slowly. Record your maximum hold time. Week 4, Integration and Testing. Continue all previous practices. Add 1 session of breath-coordinated exercise. Walk for 15 minutes with deliberate breath counting. Inhale 4 steps, exhale 4 steps. On the final day of week 4, test your maximum breath hold. Compare to your starting number. Most people see 30 to 50% improvement in just 30 days. After 30 days, you have the foundation. Continue daily practice, progress slowly, add time to holds, extend box breathing counts, introduce dynamic holds during walking. Within 6 months, you'll see dramatic improvement. Within 2 years, you might approach the extraordinary capacity Jack achieved. Common breathing mistakes: destroying your capacity. Most people sabotage their lung capacity without knowing it. Here are the mistakes Jack warned against. Mouth breathing. Breathing through your mouth dries out your airways, bypasses the filtration system in your nose, and creates inefficient breathing patterns. Jack was adamant. Breathe through your nose except during intense exercise when more airflow is necessary. Nasal breathing is slower, deeper, and more efficient. Chest breathing. As discussed, shallow chest breathing uses only a fraction of your lung capacity. Most people operate at 20 to 30% of their potential just because they never use their diaphragm. Fix this with the belly breathing practice, breath holding during stress. When stressed, many people hold their breath unconsciously. This triggers more stress response. Jack practiced the opposite. When stressed, breathe slower and deeper. This calms the nervous system immediately. Inconsistent practice. The biggest mistake is starting a breathing practice and quitting after 2 weeks. Respiratory adaptation takes time. You won't see dramatic results in days, but you will see them in months. Consistency matters more than intensity. Poor posture, slouching compresses your lungs. You physically cannot take a full breath with rounded shoulders and collapsed chest. Jack's posture was impeccable. He sat tall. He stood tall. This gave his lungs full expansion room, smoking and pollution exposure. This should be obvious, but it bears mentioning. Jack never smoked. He avoided polluted environments when possible. You cannot build lung capacity while simultaneously destroying lung tissue. Ignoring respiratory illness. When sick with respiratory infection, rest your breathing practice. Don't push through, let your lungs heal, then resume gradually. Pushing through illness can cause lasting damage. Measuring progress and expected results. How do you know if you're improving? Measure. Breath hold time is the simplest measurement. Take a normal breath. Exhale normally, hold your breath and start a timer. When you feel the first strong urge to breathe, stop the timer. This is your baseline. Test weekly, track progress. Average untrained adult, 20 to 30 seconds. After 30 days of practice, 40 to 50 seconds. After 6 months, 60 to 90 seconds. After 2 years of dedicated practice, 2 minutes or more. Resting breathing rate is another indicator. Count your breaths per minute while sitting quietly. Average adult, 12 to 20 breaths per minute. Optimal, 6 to 10 breaths per minute. Jack reportedly breathed only 4 to 6 times per minute at rest. Each breath was deep and efficient. Heart rate variability improves with breath training. If you have a device that measures HRV, track it. Higher HRV indicates better nervous system regulation. Breath practice consistently improves this metric. Exercise performance tells the story. Track how you feel during cardiovascular exercise. Note when you start gasping. As breathing improves, you'll work harder before hitting respiratory limits. Recovery speed improves. After intense exercise, track how long until your breathing returns to normal. As capacity increases, recovery speeds up. Jack kept detailed logs of his breathing practice and metrics. He tracked progress obsessively. This data showed him what worked and motivated continued practice. Jack's philosophy, breath as life force. Jack didn't view breathing as merely a physical process, he saw breath as life force itself. Every breath is a gift, he said. Most people waste that gift with shallow, thoughtless breathing. They breathe just enough to survive. I breathe to thrive. He connected breathing to mental clarity. When my breath is deep and slow, my mind is clear and calm. When my breath is short and fast, my mind is scattered and anxious. Control the breath, control the mind. He connected breathing to emotional regulation. In moments of anger or frustration, Jack would stop and take 10 deep breaths before responding. This simple practice prevented countless conflicts and poor decisions. He connected breathing to spiritual practice. While not religious in a traditional sense, Jack found something transcendent in breath work. The stillness during breath holds, the focus required for coordinated breathing, the connection to something larger than himself. Animals don't think about breathing, Jack observed. They just breathe. But humans can choose to breathe consciously. That choice is powerful. That choice is what separates existing from truly living. His final wisdom on breathing: you can live weeks without food, days without water, but only minutes without breath. Breath is the most essential thing. Treat it with the respect it deserves. Train it like you train your muscles, and it will serve you for a lifetime. Your daily practice schedule. Starting today. Here's exactly what to do starting today. Morning, 15 minutes. 2 minutes belly breathing lying in bed. 3 minutes box breathing, 4 count sitting up. 5 minutes breath retention, 5 relaxed holds plus 1 maximum hold. 5 minutes expansion breathing and power breathing. Evening, 10 minutes. 2 minutes belly breathing to transition from day stress. 3 minutes box breathing, extend counts as able. 5 minutes relaxed breath holds. During exercise, coordinate breath with movement. Practice extended exhales during cardio. Never hold breath during strength training strain. Throughout the day, notice your breathing pattern hourly. Correct chest breathing when you catch it. Breathe through your nose. Take 3 deep breaths before stressful situations. This daily practice totals only 25 minutes, less time than most people spend on social media. But the impact compounds, day after day, week after week, month after month. In 30 days, you'll notice improvement. In 6 months, you'll feel like a different person. In 2 years, you'll have respiratory capacity you never imagined possible. Jack LaLanne practiced this protocol for over 70 years. It contributed to his extraordinary longevity and vitality. It allowed him to perform physical feats that seemed impossible. 400% lung capacity increase. It sounds impossible, but Jack proved it's achievable. 1 breath at a time. Start today, right now. Take the deepest breath you've ever taken. Hold it. Feel your lungs expand. Feel the life force filling your body. That's the beginning of transformed breathing, the beginning of transformed health, the beginning of a longer, more vital life. If this video has shown you something valuable about breathing and longevity, please like it and subscribe to this channel. We're building the most comprehensive resource on Jack LaLanne's proven methods, and there's much more to come. Share this with anyone who could benefit from better breathing, which is essentially everyone. The next video in this series covers Jack's approach to core training, and the exercise doctors didn't know he practiced. It connects directly to the breathing work we've covered today. Subscribe so you don't miss it. Your breath is your life. Train it well.